Ladies and gents, welcome to Sunday and welcome to a final review video. This week is the final review of the Prohibition Style shaving soaps. In case you're not sure what they look like, it's these. I was kindly sent two different scents by Justin to try and review, and one was the Sidecar, which is this one, and the other one, which is blooming behind me, is Whiskey Sour. I'll cover off the scents first in this part of the video, because the performance is identical. The difference for me is in the scent. Now, the Sidecar is the cognac and lemon. It's a very, very mild scent. It's very refreshing, but very mild. So if you prefer your shaving soaps to be inobtrusive in terms of scent, head towards the Sidecar. It's a very sweet, but like I say, mild scent. If you want them more in your face, more obvious and certainly boozy, then your Whiskey Sour is the way to go. The prominent note is clearly the whiskey. It's it's a creamy whiskey, if that makes sense. It's almost like a creamy liqueur. If you think like your Irish creams like Bailey's, that kind of creaminess to your whiskey hit. And it's followed up by a little bit of citrusy zing from the lime. I want to say lime. Just to give it a bit of balance to the overall profile. And it's the Whiskey Sour I'm going to be shaving with today, because it's my preferred scent of the two. So yeah, packaging. Let's cover the packaging, because again it's consistent between the two. You get yourself a nice little aluminium tin with a label with all the information you need on in terms of the ingredients, and yeah, simple, effective packaging. That's what it's meant to do. The tin's nice screw top lid, so it's nice and secure. Soap comes in like so. It's a fairly hard soap. It's a nice sentence that, but yeah, very hard in terms of sort of surface texture, shall we say. So getting a load onto a soft brush can be a bit tricky, but that's the only flaw I've found. So let's go on to today's shave. So I've hot toweled already. We're going to be using the Whiskey Sour, which I've got blooming here in the tin nicely. Lovely little bit of bloom water there in a minute. We're going to be using the Razor Rock Monster brush. So I've tried a few brushes all this week to try and find my favourite to use with this soap, and I think it's important you use the right horse for the course. This one is my favourite, the Razor Rock 26mm Monster. And Razor. I think last week on the initial impressions video you saw me using the Razor Rock Hawk. Well, today it's a different Razor Rock razor, something with a bit of heft. The Razor Rock Bazooka. It's traditional closed comb, double-edged razor with an Astra Superior platinum blade in there. So, what we're going to do, we're going to discard most of the bloom water. Rub a little bit in, as you do, and enjoy the whiskey scent. Lovely. Now, that bloom water is slicker than an otter's pocket, so I'm going to rinse my hands before I start picking things up, so I don't want to drop them again. So yeah, so the bloom water on the already hot towel face should give it a little something, and then, like I say, what we'll take a damp brush into the puck, and we have to load it fairly hard. The blooming does help sort of release the top layer of soap a little bit more, but in essence, when they say on the site take a long 30 count into the puck to load your brush. Now, I can't say I've actually counted, I just sit and watch the brush and see when it's got enough in it for me, which could be a quick 30 count, it could be a long 30 count, I don't know. I'll take the same approach with all soaps. When it looks like there's enough, I'll stop. There's no point going any less, no point overloading, and when you're ready you go, simple as that. Now, I said about the surface of the puck being quite tough and using the right horse for the course. Well, Yeah, I say that because I struggled with a super soft silver tip badger brushes. Everything else that I can really sort of work into the puck I had no problem with. So bore brushes, a bit scritchy, and the synthetics that you can mash into the puck. You're laughing. I've got plenty in there now. But yeah, so I prefer to leave my silver tips out of the equation because they are just too soft and not right for this soap. So it's not fair to criticise where the soap falls down if you've got other means to actually use it. I did come across this experience with another soap, and I did try with other brushes, but I still struggled to get a quality lather. I know others didn't, but again that could be down to the soap. Again, it could have been down to other things. I should have perhaps given it more time. Anyway, so what we've got a brush full of pre-lather. I'm going to build it. Straight away the whiskey here is blooming obvious. It's lovely. I'm enjoying a lot of whiskey this week. I'm reviewing a whiskey for a market research company that I do some research for. I know at least one other wet shaver who's a part of the same company. If anyone wants to know who they are, let me know and see if I can hook you up. But yeah, so I've been exposed to a fair bit of whiskey this week. So thoroughly enjoying the whiskey scent. I don't know if there any sort of form of cognitive bias going on because I've been enjoying a drink of whiskey that I enjoy the soap scent more. I don't know. All I know is that I love this whiskey scented lather, and it's a great lather. Right, now it's a bit thick, so we can add some water to the equation. I've got 2 days growth today, which seems to be assisting in the lather building somehow. Maybe if this soap was in stick form, 2 days growth would have ripped it apart and I could have lathered with the silver tips. But in fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do at the end of this video. I'm going to do one of them videos where I will get a lather out of the silver tips. Just because I want to. I mean, we can see here, we've got amazing amounts of great lather. Still a little thick at this point, but it's going all over my shirt as well. Never mind. So, it's super slick. I'm going to add a touch more water. There we go, it's glossy. It's just about the right consistency now. And we're good to go. So, as much as it smells like whiskey, soap doesn't taste like whiskey, so I'm going to get rid of that bit. And we're going to shave. So like I say, we've got the Razor Rock Bazooka with a Astra Superior Platinum. Let's see how it goes. Effortless. Now, you may be surprised. Then again, you may not be, but this blade is 20 shaves old. So by the end of this shave, it will have completed 60 passes. Just to give you an idea of what this soap is having to do. And I've used this soap this week with the Hawk, with the Bazooka, and with the 39C, all with superb results. First pass completed, zero drama. That's what you want. So, let's comment on the various aspects of the soap. The slickness is what struck me first of all. It's a very slick soap. Regardless of the blade in use, it allowed it to glide effortlessly across the skin. Be they single edge blades or double edge, you can cope with them all. And no problems at all. In regard to cushion, again, it copes with everything I've thrown at it and protects well. For loading, as already mentioned, the only issue I had was with the super soft silver tips. Everything else, it's just, well, as you've seen, you get a great lather quickly. I mean, granted, it's not as effortless as, say, a soft cream, but you are rewarded for your efforts with a great lather, and that is what it's all about. So, if you like your boozy scents, and you like them slick and cushioning, these could well be for you. So there we have 2 passes. Drama 3, effortless shaving. So we've gone so far with the grain and across the grain, and you know what, you could leave it at that if you wanted to, but we're not going to, because it's Sunday. If we're going to do things, we're going to do them properly. So, third pass, you can see there's still stacks of lather in there, absolutely stacks. There we go. Third and final pass against the grain. And there's one aspect of the soap I haven't mentioned yet, and I've been saving it for last, for good reason. because it's the last thing that you can tell about any soaps, and that's the post shave. And for me, I'm sure if you've seen any of my other reviews, you'll know post shave is important to me anyway. If a soap leaves me feeling dry or tight or irritated in any way, it means I've got to do something to rectify it. And that generally means post shave product. Now, I will generally use a post shave product anyway, but there are days where I don't want to, for one reason or another. And therefore I demand a good post shave. And in my collection there aren't that many soaps. Whereby I can have a shave, rinse off and be done. And that to me is a sign that the soap has got fantastic stuff in there going on. Yeah, three shaves, 3 passes, effortlessly completed. So yeah, so back to what I was saying. So yes, the post shave of the Prohibition Style soaps is great. It just leaves your skin feeling moisturised, not tight or dry in any way, shape or form. No irritation to speak of, and certainly no need for any post-shave balms or anything to correct those kind of faults that you can find with some soaps. Not to say I wouldn't use one, just for like the scent aspects or astringents if I've had a nick or two, but for the moisturising aspect, no requirement for one whatsoever with these soaps. It's absolutely spot on, and that is great. That's what I love about a soap. So there we have 3 passes completed with Prohibition Style's shaving soap. It says triple butter, but if you check out the website you'll see that Justin's updated it to say it now contains 5 key butter ingredients that make your skin feel absolutely fantastic. And I can't argue with that. I know the label still says triple, but it's now 5. And whatever these have been added over and above the existing ingredients, they certainly are worth it, because your skin feels good. The shave is good all the way through. The post shave is really good as well, and yeah, what more do you want? I've got no complaints at all. In fact, I've been thoroughly enjoying them this week. And just as a key point, whenever I'm testing a new soap, I will try to use it exclusively for the full week, but I will throw in one day in the middle of the week somewhere a known soap, just to sort of break the mix up a little bit and just to make sure that what I'm saying is accurate to what I know. So in the middle of this week I had a shave with Mitchell's Wool Fat that I know is a really good shave. It lets me down slightly on the post shave, not a huge amount to the point where I'd say I'm not going to use it, but it's not the top performing soap, so I wanted to make sure that my vision of the post shave with the Prohibition Style stuff is as good as I thought it was. So I pulled the Mitchell's Wool Fat in, and you know what it is? It gives a better post shave than the Mitchell's Wool Fat, without a shadow of a doubt. The scent is probably the most polarising aspect of any soap. You either love a scent or you hate the scent. There's not many people that can go, yeah, I can deal with that. Most people, you're going to want something that you love, end of the day. So yeah, what are we going to do? We're going to go with a scent that you love, Of course you are. So you're gonna, for me, out of those two, I'm going to go for the whiskey sour over the sidecar, the cognac and lemon. Not because I dislike the cognac and lemon scent, but I prefer the whiskey sour. There is a third scent out there, Southside Fizz, which is gin and lime, and that to me sounds quite nice. I like the sharpness of gin, and combine that with the sourness of the lime, should work wonderfully. But yeah, out of these soaps, the whiskey sour for me is my preferred scent of the two. I think I said this to Justin in our initial communications, that from the profiles listed, whiskey sour sounds right up my alley, and he did say it's the Marmite scent of his range. People love it or hate it, and I'm firmly in the love it camp, and yeah, we'll continue to use that one an awful lot. Excuse me, bit of a frog in the old throat today. It was a heavy day yesterday. But yeah, I'm waffling. So like I say, post shave on this is, for me, the standout part of the soap. It's the one thing that makes me say, if you demand a soap with fantastic post shave, then these have to be considered. If you like a soap that has a boozy scent, again, you have to consider these, and all the scents in the range are modelled after Prohibition era cocktails, and hence the name, Prohibition Style. And it would be silly to steer away from that, and I think it works really, really well. The whole, I mean, the style, the packaging, the way it comes, it's very reminiscent of that era. The scents are very reminiscent of the era, and the whole, it's just the whole ethos of traditional shaving is smack bang in that era, and it just works really, really well as a product that's been marketed perfectly, in my opinion. It all just fits together. All the little pieces of the puzzle work in harmony. There's no gaps, no missing pieces, in my opinion. It just works fantastically. And yeah, and Justin did confirm for me that the company is Canadian, based out of Alberta. And yeah, if you like your Canadian soaps, chaps, and I know Andy, the Northern Shaver, you're up there in Canada, you're in Toronto, I believe, give these guys a look. Have a close look. Prohibition Style shaving soap. So chaps, for me, these are very much worth considering. Give them a punt if you like your boozy scents. If you don't like your boozy scents, you're probably not going to like them. But if you like those kind of scents in any way, shape or form, you will certainly enjoy these soaps. So chaps, thank you for watching. I've been Nick. These have been the wonderful Prohibition Style shaving soaps. Give them a try, and I'll see you again soon.